What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Super excited, you guys, because it's Saturday. It's the NBA All-Star Weekend. Miami Heat's being represented the right way. But before we get rocking and rolling, you guys, take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And off we go together, rocking and rolling on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, before we get started, you guys, I have to say thank you. Yesterday, we hit an incredible milestone. Yesterday, you guys, Miami Heat Talk finally hit the 3,000 subscriber mark. Now, I know to a lot of people that may not seem like a big deal. I know there's other channels out there with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but you guys got to remember where I came from. I started this channel with my brother a few years ago as ER Sports. We didn't really crack anything special. Life got in the way. We couldn't continue this. But I kept grinding. I kept pushing. I did everything I could to stay positive, but there were times that I wanted to quit YouTube, to be honest with you guys. There were times that I thought that I wasn't good enough. But the fact that we've hit this 3,000 subscriber mark tells me that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the right thing. But I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys. I know there's a lot of other Miami Heat channels. I know there's a lot of people that are, busting their ass and doing what they can, and I respect everybody. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, you guys, because it's because of y'all that makes me stay positive, keep grinding, and keep pushing forward. And I promise you guys, this train ain't stopping. We're going to keep rocking and rolling all year long, all season long, off season long, for years to come. You ain't getting rid of your boy because Ernest is here to stay. Well, let's talk about some Miami Heat action, shall we? Now, look, the Heat, last night, Rising Star Challenge, Alondes Williams, Jaime Jaquez have their separate games. Alondes with 11 points, Triple J with 6 points. Nothing really to get fancy about, but it's great seeing the Miami Heat being represented. I love seeing Alondes Williams out there because it gives him more confidence moving forward. Hopefully, he can get some minutes come season time. Now, tonight, you got Jaime Jaquez performing in the slam dunk contest. Tomorrow, you got Bam Adebayo performing in the All-Star game. Should be fun. Saturday is my favorite day for All-Star weekend. You got the three-point shootout, the skills contest, the slam dunk competition. Even though the slam dunk competition hasn't been what it used to be, it's still pretty exciting, especially when you see a Miami Heat representative out there. Now, I want to talk about something a little bit different today, you guys, because I've been watching a lot of different Miami Heat videos today talking about pretty similar stuff, and you guys know I always try to do things a little bit different here on this channel. Now, what am I talking about? A lot of people are talking today about the signing of DeLon Wright to the Miami Heat, and also talking about, is Nikola Jovic a great option as a starting power forward? Now, I've already done videos on that. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead, take a moment, watch those videos. Yesterday, we posted a video of the Miami Heat Roundtable. A few days before that, I talked about Nikola Jovic. But what I want to talk about today, and being the fact that today I'm talking about the fact that I hit 3,000 subscribers, I got to give props to the guy that helped me got there mainly, Mr. Damian Lillard. For those of you that don't remember, before the offseason, I'm posting videos, I'm doing everything I can with the playoffs. It's the most exciting time for the Miami Heat season. Playoffs are rolling as the 8th seed. After the season, Damian Lillard requested a trade to come specifically for the Miami Heat. And I was giving y'all videos, constant updates, letting y'all know exactly what was going on with Damian Lillard. And because of that, my channel boomed. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I know a lot of different Miami Heat channels probably succeeded off of that. So Damian Lillard, thank you, my dog. But what we're going to talk about today, you guys, we're going to come back to Damian Lillard. And here's the reason why. This is a video where I want to say hindsight is 2020. And the question has to be asked, is the Godfather, Pat Riley, a genius for not trading for Damian Lillard? Now, I know hindsight being 2020, some of us may say yes. But let's look at the numbers specifically. And I'm going to give you guys my true opinion. Now, let's travel back, shall we? Let's go to a time machine together. And I'll give you guys a brief little recap. Miami Heat originally offered Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and 2 future first-round draft picks for Damian Lillard. Blazers said no. There was a standstill for months. Nobody was talking to nobody. There was nothing but rumors. Pat Riley and Joe Cronin never got in a room together. As I mentioned before, Damian Lillard shot himself in the foot by requesting to specifically go to Miami. When he did not give Portland another opportunity for another team, it shot him in the foot. Especially when Damian Lillard's agent said that Damian would request a trade if he's traded somewhere different besides the Miami Heat. So they were at a standstill. Portland didn't want to send Damian to where he wanted to go because they lost leverage. Damian Lillard didn't want to go anywhere else because he was going through a divorce and he wanted to date the sixth man of the Miami Heat, which is the big booty bitches down here in South Beach. So, I'm just joking, you guys. I don't know if that's really the case or not, but it's a little funny. I hope that made you guys laugh. But anyways, so that was going on for about a month and a half. Nothing was really happening. You heard rumors here and there. Was Tyler Hero going to go? Maybe Tyler Hero was going to stay. Maybe there was going to be a third or fourth team involved. It didn't matter because Damian Lillard stood his ground. It was Miami or bust. And then what basically happened was Damian Lillard turned into a little bitch. Basically, because Damian Lillard and his agent were talking. They set a meeting with Joe Cronin, and it was basically said that Portland wasn't going to deal Damian Lillard to Miami, but which we all know is bullshit. James Harden got out of Philadelphia and went to where he wanted to go. If you want to go somewhere specific, if you want to tell a team, I want to go here, you need to stand your ground. You need to stand your ground. You need to play chicken. All summer long, the Portland Blazers and Damian Lillard were playing chicken. It was a very slow game of chicken, but it was a chicken. And then at the 11th hour, when they were doing this, Damian Lillard said, fine, you can send me to Milwaukee or Brooklyn. And Damian Lillard veered off. Punked out. He didn't get what he wanted right away. He noticed that he might have had to stay with Portland during media day, during the beginning of the season. He probably wasn't going to get traded to the Heat if you really want to go until during the season. So he told Portland, fine, you can send me to Milwaukee or Brooklyn. What happened immediately after that? Damian Lillard was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I'm not going to talk about the trade package and all that stuff. For those of you that want to go through all those details, you can go back to my prior videos. But for those people that will be on my comments on this video and will say, it doesn't matter because Miami couldn't give Portland what Milwaukee gave them. Not true. Not true. Miami was negotiating a 3 to 4 team trade. One of the teams that were involved in that deal was Phoenix. Portland was going to get DeAndre Ayton from Phoenix with Miami included. But another thing that Portland was going to get, they were going to get Tyler Hero. Now, relax, Portland fans and haters, other haters that are going to be like, oh, but Portland has Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, and Scoot Henderson. I know. But the Miami Heat was going to get a fourth team involved. So that fourth team would have taken Tyler Hero. There were 3 teams rumored. San Antonio, Orlando, and OKC. I think other teams were rumored as well. I believe Indiana might have been interested as well. They were suitors for Tyler Hero. There were teams willing to give up 1 to 2 future first-round draft picks to get Tyler Hero. They would have sent those multiple draft picks to Portland to get Tyler Hero, and that way, Portland would have gotten DeAndre Ayton, more draft capital than what they originally got. They would have probably gotten Kyle Lowry to ship him off to another team as a salary dump. Maybe would have gotten Caleb Martin as well. And I was hearing towards the end of it, Miami was starting to be flexible in including guys like Nikola Jovic and Jaime Jaquez Jr. From what I heard from Ethan Spolnick when we were doing the roundtable was that Jaime Jaquez, Pat Riley was not willing to let him go. But there was a lot of people in the camp trying to pursue Pat Riley to include Jaime Jaquez and Nikola Jovic. Had Portland stand their ground, I believe that Portland would have gotten Tyler Hero to another team for draft picks. They would have gotten Kyle Lowry. They would have gotten Nikola Jovic. They possibly could have gotten Jaime Jaquez. Miami would have gotten Damian Lillard. Now, hindsight being 2020, obviously that wasn't a good deal. Duncan Robinson wouldn't have been included in that package most likely, not Caleb Martin. Excuse me. But anyways, look at all that capital that you're letting go. Let's say if Miami let go of Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Nikola Jovic, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Those 5 players for Damian Lillard. You turned Kyle Lowry into Terry Rozier. Fine. But you would have let go of those 5 players for Damian Lillard. Jimmy Butler's been injured this year and has missed time. Bam Adebayo has been injured and has missed time. Damian Lillard, he's been the most healthy one all season long. But without Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and Kyle Lowry, would the Miami Heat have been just as good as they're doing this season? Or possibly worse? Because if you don't have Jimmy and if you don't have Bam in certain games, you have Damian Lillard by himself. Does he still win those games? So yes, you guys, hindsight being 2020 and looking at it now, I believe it was the smartest thing for the Miami Heat not to make the trade for Damian Lillard. For one reason and one reason alone. The Miami Heat are sitting with a 30-25 record right now. We are 7th in the Eastern Conference. We're only 3 games down from the 4th seed. I think with Damian Lillard, we probably wouldn't have been around the same situation. But what was one thing that we did not do by not making this trade? Or excuse me, what was the one thing that we did by not making this Damian Lillard trade? We saved our future. Because how many times have I said it, you guys? The Miami Heat, the way that they set this team up, set themselves up, is to win for this year and to set themselves up for the future. Now, I get it. The Miami Heat are not the favorites to come out of the East. I understand that. I understand that Heat fans are clamoring for a big man next to Bam Adebayo. And I know a lot of people are thinking that DeLon Wright signing is not going to win us a championship. First and foremost, why I like signing for DeLon Wright is because when you're in playoff matchups against teams like New York and Milwaukee, you can throw a DeLon Wright at Damian Lillard or Jalen Brunson for a few minutes to help defensively. Terry Rozier and Tyler Hero are not known for the defensive prowess. DeLon Wright is. He's averaged over a steal a game for over 7 straight seasons. He has speed and a defensive presence. He's going to be solid with this team, but he doesn't give us the size that we need. We know that we are clamoring for a power forward. So I understand that the Miami Heat does have a few holes on this roster. But I feel currently construed, and especially what Ethan Spolnick said on our roundtable last week, that if Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero figure this out in the playoffs, the Miami Heat are going to be fine. The Miami Heat are poised to win a 2024 NBA championship. I have been saying this all season long, and I will say it again. We have the best coach in the NBA. We have the best playoff performer in Jimmy Butler. And we have one of the best two-way players in the NBA in Bam Adebayo. You take those 3 with Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Terry Rozier, Kevin Love, Caleb Martin. Right there, you guys. This is success for an NBA championship. We just need to be fully healthy, and we need to be collectively as one. I don't want to hear anything about Tyler Hero or Terry Rozier not being able to play together. I believe that Eric Spoelstra is going to be able to figure this out. Whether it's starting Duncan Robinson and benching Rozier or Tyler Hero, maybe the answer, like I said in the roundtable, start Jaime Jaquez as the power forward. He's 6'6", 225 pounds, you guys. He's bigger than Caleb Martin and Haywood Highsmith. Maybe go that route. But the fact that you have this flexibility with this roster, the fact that you have Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and Jaime Jaquez performing the way that they perform, the fact that Nikola Jovic is showing himself as a diamond, and the fact that we were still able to trade for Terry Rozier just for Kyle Lowry and a first-round pick, there alone tells me that Pat Riley is a genius for not trading for Damian Lillard. Now look, you guys, it's not like the Milwaukee Bucks are doing terrible. They're sitting at the 3rd seed right now. They're 35-21. We're 30-25. So they're playing better than the Miami Heat. But let's look at Damian Lillard's numbers. Now, before I say these numbers, understand the fact that this is the first time that Damian's been playing with a superstar like Giannis. I get that. But Damian Lillard's numbers this season pose a little concern. He's averaging 24.6 points a game. The lowest he's averaged, the 2022 season we're not going to count because he only played 29 games. But it's the lowest he's averaged in a very long time, since one of his first 3 seasons. Again, he's playing with Giannis. Giannis is averaging almost 30 points a game, so this is an obvious thing. But he's averaging the worst field goal percentage in his career at 42%. He's averaging only 34% from the three-point line. He's hitting only 2.9 threes, the lowest since 2017. He's still doing great in the free throw line. He's averaging about 6.7 assists, 4 rebounds. Last season, though, he had the greatest year of his career. Now, granted, he's playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's also going through a divorce. But I believe, you guys, one of the main reasons Damian Lillard requested to come to Miami, he's been in Portland for the last 11 years before this year. The weather situation over there isn't the best. You're going from Portland to Miami. Oh my God, yes. That was your thought process. But then you go to Milwaukee. Now, I ain't going to knock the state of Wisconsin. I ain't going to knock the city of Milwaukee. Never been there. But from what I hear, if people had a choice of staying in either Miami or Milwaukee, there's no comparison. And also the fact that with Damian Lillard is going through a divorce. That's a serious situation, you guys. For those of you that have gone through divorces, I'm sure you understand what that's like. It messes with your psyche. So there's a lot of reasons why Damian Lillard may not be performing the way that he's normally performs. But also don't forget the fact that, you guys, he's also 34 years old. Had we traded all these young assets for Damian Lillard, it would have been win now mode now. And then after 2 years, what would have been of the Miami Heat? Our future would have been decimated. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Miami Heat fans, be happy, be proud of Pat Riley, never question the Godfather. Well, I'm not going to say never question the Godfather, never doubt the Godfather, because he's always doing what he feels is right for the Miami Heat roster. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. Does anybody feel that if Damian Lillard was traded to the Miami Heat, we would have a better record? Because maybe if Damian Lillard got what he wanted, he would have had more of an incentive to perform with the Miami Heat. Or do you guys feel like me? Glad we didn't trade for Damian Lillard, because we are still a contender for the championship this year, and we have a bright future ahead. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget, you guys, please support the channel by smashing the like button. Click the subscribe button. We ain't done. We rocking and rolling, going on to 4,000, then 5,000, then 10,000, then 20, then 100,000 subscribers. And we're going to do it together, collectively as a unit. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Don't forget to subscribe.